Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Namaste to all of my friends out there today. Sunday, June the 9th, 2019. And I was just sitting around, didn't have very much to do today. I did say I was going to take a chill day. So I put my homework studying down. I turned off my computer, so I was like, I'm not getting involved in watching videos and studying, researching, and doing internet stuff today. I'll say I'm taking some time out for destiny. But I was going over a topic that I have done back here on August, I think it was August 12th, 2018. And the topic was Now I Live. And so I was going over that topic. It was very interesting. And I want to bring that topic to you, but not today. It is a very interesting topic. This is at a point in my life when I found myself transitioning to the place that I am living today from my old location. And during that time, I was writing. A lot. I was pouring out my heart. I was pouring out my feelings and my emotions, because there was a lot of things going on at that time. If you go back and you watch the videos that I just posted recently, how did I get here? Well, I wrote this video, I wrote this topic a few days before I did the video that I did yesterday. So go back and look at that. But it was a lot going on, and like I said, I was transitioning. I was in the process of trying to move out of my old state of being, my old life's way of living, moving away from the people that no longer had no passion, desire to be around destiny. And I'm in this big rush to get away from them. Spent 4 years into that. So, but I wrote this prior to that, during that process, August the 12th, 2018. And it's an article called Now I Live. And I want to go back and I'm gonna do a study on this. And I'm going to bring this video to you, hopefully real soon. And what I did was, I looked at this video and I thought about some things that I was going through at that moment. And I went to the Bible. And I just want to go see what man had to say in the Bible. And I found a scripture in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. And I'm going to take it from the Bible standpoint, because I know a lot of people out there, they want to hear it from the Bible. If you don't hear it from the Bible, then it can't be right. That's their opinions. It's okay. That's fine. But like I said, that Bible has its purpose too. The Bible has its purpose for everything that was written in that Bible. And it was actually in my studying and in my really digging and really studying the Bible for my own self, and listen to my gut intuition, my divine consciousness self, my higher power. When I really got into it and stopped shutting off people who's trying to preach this Bible to me, who's trying to give me their interpretation, who's trying to give me their opinions and their beliefs, and try to fit me into a particular mold. And when I just decided to just study for myself, I got a totally different revelation, because the Bible was actually giving us messages about our higher consciousness self, our divine consciousness state of being. And we read it for what it was, and we heard it from how it was taught to us. But I'm going to leave it there, because I just want to say I'm going to take this scripture, because I know a lot of people say if it ain't from the Bible, you don't want to hear it. Well, let's take it from the Bible standpoint. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. And it talks about the appointed time of birth and appointed time of death. And life is nothing but appointment. And we are here because of a divine appointment by the divine creator. So when I get into this topic, you're going to see more about it. I'm going to break it all down. But I'm going to bring in the created side of it, the consciousness state of side of it. And I'm going to show you how this passage of scripture is really talking about our higher state of being versus our ego side, the duality of dark and night, bright and light, right and wrong, all of those things, it's death and life. I mean, those are dualities, okay? So I'm going to bring that all to you. I'm going to break this all down. I'm going to pour it out. Because I was going back looking at it today, and I was like, I wrote this before I really came to the place that I am today. Not knowing that I was going to arrive at this place. I didn't know I was even headed in this direction, on this side of the coin of my spirituality. But this all makes sense to me. And like I said, if you look at it from the spirituality side of it, from our conscious state of being, we'll see that same two paths, the ego and the path of our soul consciousness. Everything in life, like I said, is opposite. And this is what Ecclesiastes talks about, the opposite of life, the opposite of birth, the opposite of death. You know what I'm saying? And all these different things, And I'm going to bring that to you. And I want you to be able to hear it. Hear it with an open heart and open mind. And you can get something out of this. Because I'm telling you, when I went back and I really studied this, I was like, wow, this is really deep. I'm not going to get in it today. But I will be bringing that as my next topic. And I'm just going to read a little bit the introduction of it. And it said, we are all appointed a time to be birthed into this world. And we weren't just dropped here to take up space and to live without a purpose. The Creator, the divine Creator of the universe, predestined us for a purposeful life and to live in His ultimate plan for mankind. So I guess we can look at this like we have appointments. Like I said, we have appointments. He brought us here and we were given appointments that we have been set up in our lives before we even were born. Like I said, He knew everything about us. He knew the time of our birth. He knows the time of our death. He knows everything in our life. There are appointments. We just don't know them. We don't know about our appointments. We don't know about any of these things. But we have, and we are living on an appointment schedule of the divine universe, the divine Creator. So, and we were predestined before we were born. Our whole life was already set in motion. Our plans was already set in motion. So, when do we begin to live? My belief on that is when you really become fully awakened consciously. When you fully grow into your truly divine conscious self and knowing who the Creator had created you to be. Because like I said, as long as you're living in that state of the ego, that prideful side of you, the side that wants to dominate and be in control, that side of you is the ego that live in that lower density, the darkness side of us. It's always going to be that duality, that pull, that duality. The ego is pulling this direction. Our soul is pulling us this direction. The duality saying this is wrong. The soul is saying this is right. The ego is saying this is darkness, and the soul is saying this is light. It's always the opposite, plurality. You know what I'm saying? So we all have appointments that have been set up in our lives before we even were born. And these appointed times began to move into its rightful place to manifest the things and the activities that our Creator has designed for us to come forth, that we may now live the life that He has purposed for us to live. So we're going to look at Ecclesiastes chapter 3. We're going to go through verses 1 through 8. At the next time when I come to do this video, and we're going to get a totally, absolutely different understanding exactly what the Bible was really saying. And like I said, man that wrote the Bible, they was giving us these little clues. They was leaving little nuggets They were dropping little things. So let me see if they can ever find themselves. But actuality, this is all about the divine creator, our higher consciousness self. And I just want to get into that because within Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8, you're also going to see the 7 chakras. It's going to fit right into a lot of this passage of scripture. The 7 major chakras. The root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and your crown chakra. And when I read this, I'm going to point them out. When I read this passage the next time, I'm going to point out the major chakras, how they all were involved. And it all was coming into a place because there's a time that we're going to have to be able to separate. Because the soul and the ego can't go into the same place. The soul has to go into its higher density. The ego always remains down in that lower part of our subconscious state of being. And that's down in the part where I told you before, that's our root chakra, that's the foundation where we all begin and everything. Then we have our sacral chakra, then our solar plexus chakra, and right over here. And that's all that dark night of the ego. That's all the darkness, the pain, the frustrations, the tiredness, the things we go through in our lives that really, pull us into all kinds of directions away from our higher being, our higher conscious self. So, but in this passage of scripture, you're going to see that divine creator is right there and it's speaking and it's trying to show us that we need to move out of that lower realm, and we need to keep vibrating because we have to get to the heart. That heart, the channel of the heart. This is our love center. And this is when everything begin to grow. This will be moving and we vibrating and we going into our higher and better conscious state of being and our higher and greater self. And I'm going to leave that there, but it's a very interesting passage. And like I said, it's a reason why it's in the Bible. Like I said, the whole Bible is nothing but stories. It's a whole bunch of nuggets pointing us away. Pointing us away from consciousness, from our soul consciousness, and creating a whole nother life as as a man coming down here on this earth and controlling and dominating our lives. But I'm gonna let that stay right there. I'm not getting to that. But anyway, that's all. Stay tuned. It will be coming soon. The next video will be Now I Live. And I want to bring this to you. And like I said, I'm going to show you some things. What the divine creator, my divine conscious self, has been showing me, revealing to me. And I think it's very powerful. So, on that further note, Destiny is out of here. And I will be back. I don't know exactly when I will do this video, but I just wanted to let you know that I am really studying and working because, like I said, I teach this by my experiences, and I teach it by the way that I live. And so this is a part of me. This is a part of my journey that was started back in August 2018 when I left my old place and I was headed out here into the new location. And I told you all about that in the last video. How did I get here? During that process of time when I was making that transition, I was doing a lot of writing. And I went back and I looked at all the things that I was writing during that time. I was like, it kind of caught me off guard because I'm like, I wasn't at that place. I was not at that place. I was not fully, totally my conscious, awakened self. But I was writing like I already knew it and I didn't. So I knew that he already had me set up to walk in this during this time now. So now I can understand. He had already grown me out of my old way of thinking, my ego side of me. He was already had grown me out of that. And I didn't see it. I didn't see it when I was writing these articles. And I wrote several articles around that time. And wow, it's amazing. But anyway, thank you. This is a beautiful Sunday. I just want to come and say hello and share some things with you about what I was getting ready to do and what will be coming your way soon. So in the meantime, keep your head up, keep your shoulders back, keep a smile on your face, and you let them know you can't touch this. I am everything that the Creator made me to be, and I am going to be even greater because I am always evolving and moving in the direction of the call of the divine power of the universe. Take that, take that, take that. I'm out of here. I love you. Have a great afternoon. On that further note, love you and say namaste. See you at the next video. Bye.